Hello, my name is Linus, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made another diorama inspired by the Wingfeather Saga books. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, to start off, then I'm going to cut a piece of chipboard into a square. Then to give it some texture, I'm going to fold a piece of tin foil and sort of crinkle that up and use masking tape to keep it down for right now. I cut off the excess, then cover the entire thing in masking tape. That is so that we can glue to it, because metal doesn't like glue. So that the masking tape doesn't peel off, then I glue some paper towel onto it, and I wet that down so the glue seeps in easier. I spread that out and lay it on top, making sure that the edges are underneath. All this is just so that it doesn't warp as it dries. Once it's all dry, I paint it burnt umber. Here I'm making a tree, some pine trees. I twist the wire to make it thicker. Then unravel some twine and lay it on top. I first got this technique from Eric's Hobby Workshop. I'll put a link to it now. I spray paint those black, and then go over them with burnt umber. For the green, the airbrush didn't really work, so I used an eyedropper to put it on, and then I just flick the excess water off. Here I'm making a tree using the more classical wire technique. There are a bajillion videos on this. Then I cover that in some Mod Podge mixed with black paint and sprinkle on some sand. Then I paint that burnt umber along with the trunks of the pine trees, and then gray. For the ground, then I'm just going with some fine turf weeds, sprinkle on some glue, put on the flocking, and seal it with some watered down glue. Here, I'm not sure what this tool is called. I don't know what it's intended for either, but it's really nice for making holes. Those are some rocks that I cut out of foam and just glued them on. This scene takes place in winter, so I didn't worry about going over the grass with a lot of detail. Here I'm making some thorks, which are basically like oozes or slimes or whatever with a bunch of teeth, but I didn't make the teeth because I didn't want to, so yeah. Here I'm making a pack. Then I make the main character, whose name is Janner, and a dog named Baxter. There are the thorks, and I paint those white, even though they're already white. Then I go over them with some Mod Podge to give them a glossy look. for the dog and Janner, then I paint them burnt umber before moving on with the fire. And it was pretty fiddly, but it worked out in the end. I paint that black and stipple on some gray, then use a toothpick with some yellow and orange. Yeah. I use hot glue to make a flame effect and to stick on some fluff. This is a scene where it's like 2 days after Janner's birthday when he wakes up and he has been blind-plopped. I go over his coat with gray and khaki. What it means to be blind-plopped is if you go to a certain class, it's like a training how to fight and sneak and stuff. If you go to a class, and if they think that you're ready, then on your next birthday, they take you out and leave you in the woods, and you gotta find your way back. They do it when you're asleep, so you don't know where you are. And yeah. Yeah, it's just sort of like a test of your abilities, I guess. Here I make a blanket just out of some more paper towel. Paint it and sprinkle on some snow flocking so that it looks a bit frosted over. Here you can pay attention to this if you want. It doesn't work because I added the snow incorrectly. So it just all comes off really easily. And there we go, that's the finished piece. Oh wait, no. The snow is not secure, so I'm redoing it. I did leave the snow on the trees though. I looked up how to do it, and what I found was you're supposed to mix up the snow with glue and a little bit of water, and then you just lather that on until it looks like shredded wheat. I add Janner's pack so that I can build up the snow around it, like as if the air has blown it on. Then I rough up the snow where Janner might have walked, and sprinkle on more of the snow and let that dry. And once it has, then I paint in the area where the fireplace is going. Here I'm making Janner's sword to fight all the monsters that are in the black wood. And I dipped the hilt in some brown paint, and I think it turned out really nice. Finally, we can add the creatures, objects, and person into the scene. the last thing to do is to paint the edges black, and then it's all done. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you or anyone you know has read the Wingfeather Saga and has an idea of a scene that could be transformed into a diorama, please let me know down in the comments. I'd really like to know. That's it for me, and see you next time.